So, are you ready for some totally unorthodox advice about preventing and overcoming your therapist burnout? I hope so, because if one more person tells me that if you're burned out, you should really just take a bubble bath, there's going to be trouble. I'm Katie Reed. I'm a therapist just like you. I'm also a marketing strategist for therapists like us. So make sure you hit subscribe below to get all of my videos, all my marketing tips, and so that you don't miss my upcoming series on how exactly to choose your most perfect, joyful, and profitable niche. If you're watching this right now, I assume that you're a therapist and I assume that you're feeling burned out, which I totally understand. I have been in the field nearly 20 years myself, and I have come in and out of burnout several times. And I've gotten fed up with the same old, what I consider like crappy self-care advice. Go for a walk, light a candle, take a bubble bath. I'm sick of that advice. I want to give you some unorthodox advice for overcoming your burnout as a therapist, but this is the real stuff. This is the stuff that works. So what causes therapist burnout? I mean, I have worked in deep inner city Oakland all the way to just a typical suburban private practice with normal neurotic clients. And I have felt burned out in both of those environments. And here's the thing, we're therapists, right? We're supposed to be the ones who know all this stuff, who don't get burned out because we have all the best advice for everybody else, right? So why does it happen? I have a couple different ideas about it, and I know it's different for everybody, but let me tell you what I think. It's kind of common for us therapists to be the type of people who naturally bend over backwards to help other people, right? So the first thing I want you to look at if you are feeling burned out, and this is a little outside of the box, I want you to look at your niche. Have you chosen a niche? Is it a niche you're passionate about? Is it a niche you're doing your best possible work with? Do you have clients that come in every day who you're genuinely excited to see and to talk to? The truth is, very often, people who burn out are still in that generalist heap where we are just eager to take whoever comes in the door. We will take anybody the insurance company sends our way. We'll take anybody and everybody. And you and I both know, we have both sat in that chair for many years. There are clients that come in and every week you feel engaged, you feel passionate, you feel excited to be helping them, you're seeing them grow, you're seeing them change, both of you feel great about the work. And then you have clients where it's the opposite, where even though you're trying and even though you're in the room, it is just not a match in some way. Either you don't match up with them, they are really outside of your primary expertise level, they're just somehow not fitting into your niche. And I know for me, when I've had those sessions and those clients, even over long spans of time, I would feel tired in the sessions. I would feel heavy in the sessions. I wouldn't feel like the work was going anywhere. Like it always felt like a boulder uphill. And let me tell you, if you've got a caseload with a lot of those boulder uphill kinds of clients, then you have not found your best niche yet. You have not communicated well to your best niche yet, and you need to focus hard on getting more and more of those clients that you're truly doing the best possible work with into your practice. This should be priority one for you if you're not genuinely excited about all the clients every day. And yes, you're allowed while you're watching this video to admit that to yourself. It's okay, you're human. That's part of the deal. So what's my second unorthodox piece of advice to prevent and overcome burnout? Raise your fees. Now, before you click away in horror and think that I'm a terrible person for telling you to raise your fees, here's the thing. A lot of the time, therapists have this tremendous scarcity mindset. We assume that we don't make a lot of money, so nobody else does either. Nobody could possibly afford a higher fee. Everybody will hate us forever. We'll lose all of our clients. But the truth is, if you bumped your fees by $10 an hour, by $25 an hour for new clients coming in, think of the amount of hours you could begin to gain back in your life. You need to gain those hours back in your life. None of us can sit and serve clients for 25 to 40 hours a week in direct service and end up not feeling burned out. These are high stress, high impact jobs. We carry the weight of the world and we need downtime or we're not good therapists. That's just the reality for every single one of us. So I want you to seriously think about raising your fees. And I'm not saying you have to do it for everybody. And I'm not saying you have to go in tomorrow to all your current clients and be like, it's $50 more, damn it. I'm not saying you have to do any of that, but I'm saying Could you raise fees for new clients coming in? Could you write to your insurance companies and ask for a raise? Could you do anything to raise those client fees and start to win back some of the hours in your day? Okay, so what is my third unorthodox piece of advice? Now, you're gonna throw tomatoes at your screen. Are you ready? You need to be harder on yourself. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, listen, we know all the research, right? Happiness is ephemeral. Happiness comes and goes. What we should actually be pursuing in our lives is joy. And that feeling of joy comes, as we know from the research, that feeling of joy comes from following our own disciplines, doing what we intend to do, growing into the people that we most want to be in the world. So when I say be harder on yourself, obviously I don't mean walk around being like, you're so stupid inside your own head. Obviously I mean, if there are certain disciplines that would have a lot of meaning for you, that you would be proud of yourself for doing, whether it's, I think of myself as a person who goes to yoga 3 times a week, then go to yoga 3 times a week. I think of myself as a person who wants to meditate for 5 minutes a day, then meditate 5 minutes a day. Think of the disciplines, think of the things that would have meaning for you, that would make you feel proud on a daily basis, to check that box, to know that you did it, to know that you kept your word to yourself, and start keeping that word to yourself. And yes, that might mean you can't take care of everybody the same way you have been. That might mean you need some of those hours that you're gonna buy back from getting more clear on your niche and raising your fees. That might mean any number of things, but are there small things you could do today? Could you eat a little healthier? Could you go to the gym? Could you go to bed a little bit earlier? Could you spend a little time with that friend you feel guilty that you haven't spent time with lately? What are the little promises that you could start today really keeping for yourself? Because the way that we build joy is that we become the people that we most want and most intend to be. And I know you give this advice to your clients every day. So I want you to take your own good counsel and do it. Pursue your joy. Get a little more disciplined, get a little harder on yourself, pursue that joy. Sit down right now as you're watching this video and make one commitment to yourself on paper, something small that you know you can do that you will be proud of when it's done. Okay, in the comments below, can you tell me a burnout story, or can you tell me a time that you overcame burnout, maybe a piece of good advice from somebody that helped, something that you did that really helped you overcome therapy burnout in the past? So again, I'm Katie Reed. I am wishing you a joyful and low burnout therapist life. If you want to get to know me better, please do. I have a free Facebook group, The Therapreneurs. I would love to see you over there. You can also really avoid burnout by taking my free course for therapists, the More Money Masterclass. The link is in the comments. I have a bunch of free guides on my website at katiereed.com, and I would love to see you in any of those places. Reach out, make contact, let's connect. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this and you want more, check out my website at katiereed.com. And remember, it's read spelled like read a book, R-E-A-D. And also check out these other great therapist marketing videos and hit subscribe so that you never miss a new little tidbit coming your way every single week to grow your practice. Bye.